What up, y'all? It's your boy Matt Mitchell, the host of the Most Don't Need to Brag No Boast. All I do is give a toast to real folks and pave the way in a real way for us players to play. Congratulations, Los Angeles Lakers, with the boy LeBron James on their finals game. I just want to know, does this put him in the GOAT category? He got his fourth ring, 17th year, still going strong. Fourth MVP, Finals MVP. What else you need to do? You know, he pretty much breaks it down to y'all. How he looks at the game, how he makes the other players better, Pretty much dominated the last 15 years of the game, So, let's listen to what Rajon Rondo had to say about his teammate. They want to give him his second ring. Bunch of team sport, you know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Rajon Rondo as well. But, like they say, it's better to hear it from the horse's mouth, you know what I'm saying? So, listen to what Rajon Rondo had to say.
Wasn't feeling great before the game, but like I said, I know how to fight through it and just come out and try to be aggressive, take what the defense gives me and help my team in any way possible.
Rondo, take me, I've been watching you for so long. Champion as a Celtic, champion as a Laker. What I really want to talk about is your competitive spirit. I've seen a lot of guys compete, but you take it to another level for me. And I always tell all my little point guards to watch the way he competes. And it showed tonight, defensively passing, but your leadership, you barking, offensively. Take me through that mindset.
Just understanding what I'm able to do for my teammates. Coming in with the right mindset, understanding that you can control the game from so many different ways besides scoring. Like you said, with my voice, with me being in the right spot defensively, me being an extension of the coach out there on the floor, giving Brian, spare minutes to be able to extend the lead when I'm in. So for me, just coming in, tonight was all mental. Like I said, I've been focused for this for the last couple of days now. Wasn't happy with my play game, the last two games. So I knew if I had to, be more aggressive, be more efficient, and do what's best for my team on each possession of the game.
All right, let's go to the studio. Isaiah Thomas wants to chat with you.
Yeah.
So there you have it, folks. Isaiah Thomas gonna break it down for y'all. And Rondo, you know what I'm saying? Listen here, real quick.
We've had many of dinners.
Isaiah, thank you.
You're welcome. We've had many of dinners, many of conversations about, just basketball and winning. And I want to talk to you about now, after you've won championships, when you talk about being a coach, a GM in this league, how has that transferred to your playing ability now? Because not only how you've been studying the game, but you've also been studying the game for your next career in terms of coaching and GM. How did that help you tonight in this game?
It helped me in so many ways. Actually last night I pulled film on Jimmy's turnovers. I wanted to capitalize on how Jimmy turned the ball over the last couple of seasons. Not season, but last couple of series, and figure out how we could stop him. He's the quarterback for this team. He's the guy that makes them go, and we knew coming in tonight, focus, wanted to pretty much slow him down. So just coming in with that mindset, Coach Vogel allowed me to be in so many meetings, when I broke my thumb this past postseason. So that, being able to be in a championship coach's locker room and film session, understanding how they think, being able to pick their brain and learn as much as I can from those guys as well. So it was a hell of a ride. I'm definitely grateful for the opportunity to be able to position to be in a coach's meeting for 6 weeks while I was out, still staying engaged with the team and understanding the different schemes we need to make. The adjustments he made tonight, starting Alex Caruso, was a great adjustment. And like I said, we set the tone from jump. Brian wanted Jimmy from jump, and he came out and set the tone, and we followed his lead.
Rondo, Gary Payton. I love you to death. Good, what's going on? I always say it's only 2 point guards in this NBA, and it's you and Chris Paul. I say when you guys are on the floor,
you guys control things and you do well, especially yourself. You remind me of myself because you're so gutsy. You got a lot of dog in you and you don't back down for nothing. And I've seen that tonight in this game when you came and established yourself. Even you said you didn't feel well and you came out and did what you did. Explain that and explain that to these fans of how tough that is and what your mindset is for you to get out there and do that.
It was extremely tough. Being in this environment, not usually getting the proper meals that you normally eat. You know what I mean? It's just, not the proper sleep. So there's a lot of things going to factor in playing this championship today for me, especially, like I said, I didn't feel well before the game, but I knew that, it didn't matter. I thought about MJ playing, having a hell of a game when he had the flu. So, you come out here with the mindset, no excuses, injury, play through injury, whatever it takes, to get the W. And it took 48 minutes of grinding. It took 12 months of grinding. It started a long time ago, but just to do it with these group of guys, it's very special. We've always believed in each other from day one. I told myself a story a couple years ago. I think it was 2017 when Brian lost to Golden State. I told myself if I was able to get with a guy like LeBron, there's no way there was going to be a team that beat us 4 times before we beat them 4 times. And I was just thinking from the mental aspect of, breaking down film, studying guys' tendencies and just understanding being able to dominate mentally on the court. Because the game for me is more mental than physical. If I'm able to outsmart my man, I compare it to chess. If I'm able to make two steps ahead of, Mike or Jimmy, then we're ahead of the game. And if I got myself on the court along with LeBron James, I felt it would be impossible for teams to beat us in 4-game series.
I want to ask you more about that relationship, Rajon, because both you and LeBron have discussed the ways in which you've pushed each other. And we've seen so often, season after season, LeBron pushes teammates. But not as often have we seen any of his teammates push back the ways in which you have. How did your relationship propel this team forward?
I think, just obviously the respect that we both have as far as IQ in the game and what we give into the game. Just be able to come together and understand and hold each other accountable. He's cussed me out a lot in this series. On the court, some of the gambles and mistakes I make. But, we just got a great relationship where we talk with each other. We understand we're all coming from a great place. And I expect greatness from there every night. Same thing. I hold 80 to the same pedestal. I got on him a little bit early in the first quarter. He was yelling back, but that's the kind of relationship we have. Being able to communicate in the heat of the moment and understanding it's all for the greater good of the team. So just being able to, he allowed me to hold him accountable and vice versa. So that's, it starts with him as well. And it's been a great relationship as far as just breaking down the game and dissecting opponents. He told me before the game tonight, he's like, we're probably the only two that's, that been in this moment, closeout situation where we have to get over the hump. And tonight I want to come out and, not necessarily let him down and also not let my teammates down. Me holding the second unit down and try to conduct the offense when he's off the floor and be able to hold that, that lead or increase the lead is something I take pride in, and I couldn't do it without my teammates. AC played well, Pope played extremely well for us, DG. Everybody stepped up tonight, and it was a great win for us as a team overall, and I'm just proud of the guys and how we performed tonight.
Congratulations, Rondo.
Thank you.
Congratulations again to Rajon Rondo, the only player.
A first-time champion, Anthony Davis. Congratulations.
Thank you.
When you were going through everything you were going through in New Orleans and all directions were pointing towards LA, how much of a reality did you think in your first season with the Lakers you would win a championship?
We thought it was very real. We came in with a mission. We came in with one goal, and the great thing is that we had a lot of vets because it could get tough with young guys, first coming to the league. Think about the first contract, think about how can they get their feet wet in the league, and having a lot of vets, guys wanted the mission. God said, we're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that we're going to win the championship. And for the guy's father who just threw the confetti on it, like Dwight, for a guy who's going to be a future Hall of Famer to come in and say, I'm going to play my role. Whatever it is, I'm going to help y'all win the championship, and it's a great feeling.
AD, take me through this. You won a championship with the Los Angeles Lakers, storied organization. You delivered a championship in Kentucky, storied program. Take me through that thought process of you're a youngster coming from Chicago, being able to sit here as a champion in college and a champion in the NBA.
Never would have thought of it. Obviously, you had those goals, and you want to reach them, but it's tough. It's tough, Steve. And going back to the one in Kentucky, being a guy who until his senior year wasn't recruited at all. I had one college offer, and that was to Cleveland State. And they kind of just, shape your mind that it make you want to push your dreams more. And when I, blew up and everybody started offering me and went to Kentucky, and once again, I've been blessed to be with a whole bunch of veterans and tell us like, yo, this is what it's going to be. We're going to win the championship. And then fast forward to tonight to do it with these guys who just compete and want the best for me, get the best out of me. Rondo, Brian, especially telling me, I don't care what you do. You need to be a champion tonight. Go be great. And I can say that we did it.
Well, not only are they celebrating in LA and in Kentucky for your success, but also, as you mentioned, Chicago. Maybe the greatest ever from Chicago is about to be in your ear. Here's Isaiah Thomas.
Congratulations, Anthony. And I want to ask you this question, and if you could just share this with the audience.
They're just breaking it down.
How much pressure it is for you as a great Chicago player to win an NBA championship. And I saw your father sitting there, and I look back and I think about my mom and my brothers being there, and pressure to win coming home from Chicago seems like it's more pressure to win from any place else. So talk to us about a little bit about, just coming from Chicago and the pressure that, family is rooting for you, but also saying you got to win too.
Yeah, Chicago has my heart, man. They unbelievable city. Being from there and being able to, be in the category with the greats yourself, and know what Chicago basketball is and what it means to the NBA. It's a lot of great players that stepped on this court that's from Chicago. And people can say New York. I've always said Chicago is a Becca of basketball. We have them. We're built different. We built differently, man. And so to be able to have the Chicago support system on my side through all this has been great. And not only for LA, but for me personally, it's also for Chicago.
Yeah, he did.
Well, now we're joined by we're joined by Rajon Rondo too, guys. Just want to let you know, Grant.
J.R. Smith got him too.
Yeah, AD. AD Grant Hill here. Congratulations, man. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Hey, congratulations. I just want to ask you, you and LeBron obviously have a special connection, a special relationship, a brotherhood. You guys were able to thrive and coexist together. And that doesn't always happen when you bring two super talented players together. I just want to talk about how you guys were able to connect this year and do something amazing like winning a championship.
Like me and Bron said before in media that we're not jealous of each other. There's no egos. We both want to win. I want to win my first one. He wants to win his fourth one. And we know how special this team was and how special this moment was for us. So, we put all our egos to the side, alpha male, to the side and said,
you gotta put your ego to the side when you want to thrive as a crew, you know what I'm saying? To make it a bigger picture, because you got to look at it like, did AD really know how to win comfortably before he met LeBron? You know what I'm saying? He played well. Yeah, he did play well with Rondo back in New Orleans, but they needed that push, They needed that leadership to get them over the hump. So now look what we're seeing. LeBron James coming full circle with the right team, the right management, the right situation to be in, Because, he should have stayed in Cleveland, but they weren't treating him right. Teammates doing all kind of underhanded bullshit. Front office problems, I mean, the fans are great, but if you got a front office that don't really F with you like that, it becomes a problem. So now we have to look at it like this, one or two ways. What in the hell could y'all not say that LeBron is the GOAT? LeBron James has 4 rings, 4 finals MVPs. Made the playoffs every single year for the past 11 years. Been to the finals the most. Most playoff games played. I mean, there's no telling what he can or cannot do. I'll tell you this right here. It's history in the making. So I'm going to let Bron tell it like he said, because he be saying it.
All right, that's perfect. Sounds good. All right, we'll start here. Congrats. We'll get you next. We're going to start here with Jeff Zilgate.
So let's hear what Snoop Dogg had to say about it. Purple and gold. Snoop Dogg is, on live right now on Instagram, painting a perfect picture of the Laker win. The Lake Show party. It's gonna be an all-nighter. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole LA. Y'all did it. What I need to say is this. LeBron James is one of the best shooters, one of the best overall players of all time, if not the best player, the most resilient player that ever played the game. He might not have all the championships, but the shit that he does to bring his team together and give people championships is a force to be reckoned with. And you know what? I do think he has a chance to three-peat with this team. That's a scary thought. Imagine that. LeBron James with 7 rings. Very possible. You win one here, you got 2 more. Tied with Jordan. On 6 rings with 3 different teams. If that's not the weight of elite top of the line GOAT. I don't know what it is. So we look and we see like, okay, he's playing in a league where there's not much competition as there used to. I get a lot more experience. His IQ is top of the line because of the games played. There are numerous times where he hasn't taken the last shot. Blase. One thing for sure, two things for certain. This is a team sport. And he did put himself in a position to dominate. As much as he's an individual, he still hasn't peaked, in my humble opinion. So if he could continue to dominate the stretch, the testament to his greatness and his resilience. Like my boy DeMar DeRozan said, I'm gonna actually put it down for y'all. He's keeping up all the way 100. And he's talking about LeBron James, you know? And I can respect that. To the utmost. I mean, I remember when they got swept by the Cavs. The very next year, LeBron got injured, and Toronto won it all. Let's hear what DeMar.
A sore subject, but you're sort of an expert on this, and I've had the chance to play against LeBron in the playoffs too. But it's incredibly difficult to beat a LeBron team 4 times in a series.
Yeah,
and you know, you guys in 16 lose to them in the Eastern Conference Finals, and the next 2 years, you guys, when you were in Toronto, lost to them in the Eastern Conference semifinals. And he, for whatever reason, and I want to get your insight on this. For whatever reason, he's just unbeatable in the playoffs. He's so tough to beat, and it takes just a certain level of intellect to even get to his level.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely different. I mean, I remember for years I always caught so much flack, you know, us being the better team or whatever we was at one point in the Eastern Conference Finals, and people not realizing like it's tough to get past this motherfucker. I don't care who you are, you know what I mean, and see him come to the West and be able to do the same thing. It's a testament to his greatness and, you know, his IQ to the game when he go out there and play. You know, I remember like you said 16 when we went to the Eastern Conference Finals. We won game 3 and 4, and it was like a whole nother mindset click for him in those next 2 games where it was like, yo, it's closeout. Like, and I remember, I don't know if I even told nobody other than my close circle. I remember it was a play we was trying to run, and one of our teammates forgot the play, and Bron told him the play. Like, it was some crazy shit. It was some crazy stuff. We called it a play. He was like, what? And Bron told him what our play was. You know, and it just shows you like how locked in this dude be when it comes to that, come to winning time, man. And you see it when he out there on both ends, man. On both ends. And that's just a testament to who he is, why he been in 10 finals, why he's on the verge of getting his, you know, 4th ring. Everything, man. It's crazy.
The playoffs lend itself to a player of LeBron's intelligence because he finally has, not that he doesn't know this stuff during the regular. In the playoffs, you have time to prepare. You have time to really break down film. You have time to really break down a scouting report. You have time to memorize all these plays. And for someone like him, I mean, look, he's probably got most of the stuff memorized in game 1 and 2, but by game 3, he's so dialed in. He knows everything you're doing on both sides of the ball.
Everything, both sides, every player, weakness, strength, plays. You know, and it's hard to find people like that these days that really live, sleep, breathe the game of basketball.
Do you ever think about a what if? Like, what if LeBron was not in the East when I was on those great Raptors teams? Like, you might have a couple championships.
For sure. I mean, listen, we always said that, and it was crazy to even think about it, because going into the playoffs, our whole mindset was we just gotta get past one guy, you know, and we're gonna get to where we gotta go. We're gonna make it to the finals. You know, we worry about whoever we play when we get to the finals, but it was always trying to get past one guy, you know, and that was the toughest test to be able to get past. And, you know, not to take nothing away from nobody, but, you know, you see the year he left, you know, they was able to got there and able to win a championship. So now for me to be in the West and LeBron to come to the West and see him in the finals in the West, it's a crazy thing. It's crazy.
That sucks. That sucks. Yeah, so that kind of leads me into
crazy. So there goes to show you. They just had to get past one guy, and they couldn't do it. LeBron James was always out there, putting in effort, putting in the work, the first to leave, to be in the gym, the last to leave. All that hard work pays off, you know, in the end. So like they say, good or bad, right or wrong, always believe in yourself. So at the end of the day, wise guy's always right, even when he's wrong. It's your boy Mac Mizzle. I'm out this piece. Peace.